This is the old version of the Amiga to Meanwell power supply adapter that I did first time. This one didn't fit properly. You can see I had to like file it out there a bit to get it to work, and there was a few other problems with it. But this is the new version, and this one is much better because, for one thing, it fits in the case, which is definitely a plus. In fact, I've got the case here. There we go. Fits in the case, all the screw holes line up. Really nice. And also a few other improvements to it. So yeah, it had the few millimeters cut off there. A millimeter cut off the side, it was just a little bit tight, so I just cut up, I think, 0.5 millimeter off there. And then also I plated the top as well, just to make these holes a little bit stronger. These holes have got a little bit bigger, so I made the holes a little bit bigger so you can put a 4-amp connector in there. And I've added these fan connectors as well, not because I think it really needs it, but just because I had the space for them, so I thought, why not? So there's space for a 12-volt fan, a 5-volt fan, and down here there's space for another 5-volt fan. I also changed this connector port so that it actually has 5 pins to match the top one. And the reason for that is just in case you had only 5-pin connectors, you could still put a 5-pin one in there. But that last pin there isn't connected anyway, so it doesn't do anything. So there's my 4-pin version on the old one. So this new one's really good. It fits the case really well. And I might even actually populate one of these fans just to see how it works. I've got this old fan here that's just... It's a 12-volt fan I found lying around, and it's big, but it'll actually fit in the case, I think. So I might just put this in and maybe connect it to the 5-volt line, so it just runs a bit slower. Because the power supply does get a little bit warm, but nothing amazing. So I might just mount this just to prove that it works, and I could take this out if I don't think I need it. So first thing to do with this one, to get it in the case, I'll resolder the connectors on so it looks like this old one. So by soldering a new one on, I can just plug this new board in. That one looks a bit odd with the missing pin, but it works. And there we go. So that's my connectors on the new board. So I might just put, I've got some of these just little DuPont connectors, and I might just put one of those on. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could put it on any. I've got the 5-volt one up there. I think there's more room on that one, so I'll put it on that one. So maybe I'll connect a 5-volt one and a 12-volt one, and then I've got options. Right, let's see how we did. Well, they look pretty straight, I think. So I don't necessarily need to use these, but they're there in case I do. I could assemble the case and then let's see what this thing looks like. Right, that's that screwed in. Just goes back into the same connector I had in before. Oh, look at that. Stick these screws back in. That's the mains power end back in. All the screws are in. Yeah, so just put the Amiga cable in the other end, and hopefully this still reaches. There we go. And that's the Amiga end in. Yeah, these connectors I've put on are only rated for 3 amps, and this power supply is actually 4, but I don't think the Amigas are going to get anywhere near 4. But now I've changed the board, you can actually put 4-amp connectors if you want, or you could just wire the wires straight in. So there we go. So that's it. So in theory, if you wanted now, you can put a fan on top. Wow, it's massive. It's just complete overkill for this. I mean, this is passively cooled anyway, so I don't know. That's funny. So let's give it a go. So I can plug this into 12 volts and have a super fast fan, or 5 volts and have it super slow. Yeah, so it just wants one of these DuPont connectors. 2 little DuPont cables crimped, and then they just shove in here, do they? I don't know, I've not done this one before. I think that's my DuPont connector on. So in theory I can just, I mean, I might be able to plug this in backwards, but oh, there we go. That wasn't too hard. And I suppose I just need to find a way to secure this on. Maybe I'll boot it up first and see if this works. This might be the bit where I have to be careful not to touch that, because I'll blow myself up. Here we go. Oh, it was stuck on the case. So that's plugged into the 5-volt line. It's, oh, and that'd be right, it'd be sucking air out. So if I just put that on there, let's just see how loud it is. It's very quiet. I can just about hear it. That's actually alright. Let's try it on the 12 volt line. That's a lot louder. I don't think I want that. I might put this in and have it connected to the 12 volt line, to the 5 volt line, running really quite quietly. I'm quite glad I put these connectors on now, although I thought they weren't a very good idea. Right, let me unplug that before I electrocute myself. Here we go. So I found some red zip ties to match the red board that I made. So I think I can just zip tie it to the case down here. If I can get this through. Good old zip ties. I think a smaller zip tie would have been in order. I'll tell you what, it's going to hold it. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's on there, pretty solid. That's pretty good. Right, that is overkill. That is super large amounts of overkill. But I like it. Remember not to touch. Oh yeah. It's very quiet. Make sure this case goes on and then just check that it's got the correct voltages and then I can use it. This is an A300, A600 power supply. Its part number is 391-02902. And it looks like there's 5 variants of this just for different territories, which I think just means it's the same case but with different externals. Like the 02 is the UK plug one, 03 is the Euro plug one, 01 is the US plug one. So it looks like there's 5 variants of this that work. And from the looks of it, there's also an A500 plus power supply that also came with, apparently came with the A500 as well in some cases. And there's a model number for that that's on the GitHub page. And it looks like that might be, the case might be exactly the same. So this board was also, probably also fit in those, but I'll be able to verify that at a later point with help from one of the people on the Yan Discord, Yan Beta Discord. And there it is, and as you can see, it's pretty solid, and you wouldn't know that this is not an Amiga power supply inside. Yeah, you'd have no idea. Oh yeah, you can feel the airflow. It is actually, I can actually hear it. But whether that's really going to be annoying or not, it's not very loud. But you can put whatever fun you want in it, I suppose. I've just found an old fan. It's ancient, I think. I don't even know where it came from. 5 volts. That's the important one, because if we get that wrong, we blow it up. 5 volts. Minus 12. Yep. Plus 12. Right. Yeah, it's on 11 on that one. That is spot on. So, I can go plug this in, give it a try.